Yo, what up, guys? Beside here, logged into the Noob to Pro on day 130. This series is all about trying to get Lydia by beating all the faction war stages and getting Dungeons 25 done. Those are the two aims, but right now we are kind of aimed and focused on getting Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss team working. And I have the few pieces and to make a block damage team put together, and we've been waiting for books all this time. We finally got books to put on our two block damage champions who were Emic and what's his name, Rushka the Tower. We thought these champions will unlock unkillable teams for us, but it seems like we are still missing essential pieces of that team. Yes, that's what this video was is to talk about, the team that the Noob to Pro was supposed to build for the block damage team that will get us to Ultra Nightmare. Right now we are doing 2 key nightmare. Sometimes no, I've not done 1 key nightmare yet, 2 key nightmare, but it seems like Rushka the Tower and Emic will not be only 2 champions that I will put together in a team and on suddenly just start doing Ultra Nightmare. It's not going to be that easy. So let's talk about that. The first thing I'll draw your attention to is that everybody has been touting or saying Emic is an amazing champion. I'm here to tell you that from after hours of research, the teams that Emic work with are kind of strange. When I say strange, the builds are strange, the tune is strange. I know it's all out there. Deadwood Jedi and other content creators have done awesome content about it because he's been around for 3 months, but his team is still not looking like something a beginner player like my account can achieve. Compared to when a Demeter was released, compared to when Helicat was released, it unlocked unkillable teams for a lot of mid to early game players, right? So he is not this champion. He's not that guy.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy. Okay.
Now for Rushguard the Tower, he also requires a specific champion. Now if I have one champion like Skull Crusher or a Doom Priest, you know, there's champions I'm still missing that is not making this block damage team work for me. So let's just discover that right now. Let me switch to the team that is the most popular one that a lot of new players getting Emic would want to build. It's this one. Basically, Emic works as that champion who is going to be resetting the cooldown of all your allied skills while he's also doing that on Killable. But check out right here, this slot that is taken by this champion can also be taken by a Skull Crusher because that's like a stun target, right? You still need that stun target, somebody who will get hit and not die. And that's where my second block damage team was supposed to come in, but I do not have a Doom Priest. So my biggest problem on the Noob to Pro is that I have nobody, I repeat, nobody to either block the stun or any debuff that the boss is going to place on me, slow speed and others. And I also don't have a Doom Priest to cleanse the any debuffer, like somebody to cleanse the debuffs is missing from the Noob to Pro account. Like, what about the rare champion? What about this? What about that? No. If I don't have these essential champions, I don't think it's worth it to build the team. That's what it looks like right now. I'm not talking about legendaries. I'm just seeing anybody who, like a Doom Priest who can do a cleanse, or Sepulchre Sentinel, or somebody who can block the stun that the boss is trying to place on me. I have none. So the Noob to Pro is not going to be, even if we have the 2 pieces, the Emic and the other champion to do the unkillable and protect for the second hit or the stun, we still need a cleanser. That's the most essential thing in the team. So I know you're thinking there's other ways to build him. I also checked out other ways to build him from the Hades Artifact Extractor. These are the recommended teams that people are currently using right now. Double Painkeeper. I do have double Painkeepers, an Anax or Jintoro in that position for damage dealer, and a Heres who does have that cleanse, but it's not a cleanse that is reliable. It's a cleanse that happens on a particular time. It's on a 3-turn cooldown. I do also have a Heres. So these are the team recommendations that are not looking like something that the Noob to Pro wants to invest in, because to build these teams to begin to do Ultra Nightmare, it's going to require a lot of investment in terms of these 3 rare champions. Remember, they are rare champions, and Painkeeper, while she's an MVP champion, is not a champion that I feel like the Noob to Pro wants 2 copies of. Painkeeper 1 copy for a Demeter or for a Monitor team, we understand that. But Painkeeper, 2 copies of Painkeeper just for an Emic team is crazy. Why? Because this team will lack so much damage. Remember, the only place you're coming right here with is Enax. Enax will be the only damage dealer, or Jintoro will be the only damage dealer. We don't like to build teams like that where you only rely on one person as a damage dealer, and everybody is just there for different turn meter reduction, because they'll all be built with speed. So that's why I don't want to actually invest in this one, because immediately we'll get something better. All these champions just go straight to the vault. Like on my main account, Heres is level 60, because I wanted to use that for one team and I never used that, and she's still currently 60 on that main account. That's why I'm kind of having flashbacks to when I built her. And then when the what do you call it, the Iron Twins Fortress came around, people built double Painkeepers, I think, but now it's easier to beat and nobody is thinking about their second Painkeeper that they built. Basically, I don't want to levels champions to 60 that will not help me in faction wars. I think that's even a higher priority for this Noob to Pro series, like I said in the beginning of this video, than Ultra Nightmare. I know that's not the proper way of thinking, because Ultra Nightmare is king. Ultra Nightmare will help us to get even more champions to beat the what do you call this thing now, the faction war, because we to get a lot of skill tomes, we get a lot of resources in terms of shards and all that stuff. But Rushguard the Tower has to wait. The Ultra Nightmare team has to wait. I did go ahead and still put books on him. I was looking one book. I spent all my books there. We are just going to the A1, A2, and the place where I wanted the 2 books from, it did not go here. I'm quite unfortunate that I had to spend this much books on his skills, but still did not get the block damage thing. So I mean the block damage skill on cooldown. So I actually wanted to test both of them in battle to see if, even if I get stunned, as long as it's not Emic that gets stunned, as long as it's not Rushguard the Tower that gets stunned, anybody else in the team can get stunned. So whether it's my damage dealer can get stunned because he'll be squishy, and the other champion that I'm gonna pair with a team like that, if I want to add it, or if my speed is not up to standard, I might include a seeker for that type of block damage team, tune it properly. But the only thing I'm lacking is that increase, is that cleanse to stop the stun or the slow speed from getting to me. So that's the theory that the Noob to Pro was working on. Our original plan to build this team just fell apart. So what are we gonna do? Does that mean we're just gonna go back to Nightmare and skip farming Nightmare? No. I'm still gonna build Rushguard the Tower. I don't think this artifact enhancement is the right time to rebuild his gear. I just took his what do you call it? I just unlocked his amulet and banner just now for CBC that is going on right now. I will slap some gear on him, but I'm not going to take anything to 16. And then I need to bring down the speed for Emic to around 240 something. He's currently very, very low speed, 168. So his speed has to come up a little bit and high HP. So I might still build them to match that, what do you call that build now? The one right here that I found on Deadwood Jedi's website. So I might still build this team out, but without a Doom Priest, I'll put a damage dealer there. Without a debuffer, I'll put a damage dealer there. I will still build this team out and then test our damage in Ultra Nightmare. If you can use that team to do a 3-key Ultra Nightmare, I'll take it. Because currently or even use that same thing to do a 2-key or 1-key on Nightmare, it will be good, because double block damage on a team and then 3 other damage dealers should be a team that does not a lot of damage. I think so. So that's something that I might consider doing eventually, or I even turn on RSA Hopper instead of this. So that's what I'm trying to say. Unkillable, debuffer, DPS, Doom Priest, all those slots will be occupied by the champions we currently have with the right speed. So Emic will be 246, while my second block damage champion will be 172. If you guys have any other team options right here that I'm not seeing, let me know in the comments, because right now it seems like the Noob to Pro got all these champions ready and still not able to beat. I'm not even talking about damage dealers that I want to use. I'm saying the champion that are supposed to keep me alive. So what's the next thing? Remember, block damage is not the only way to get through Ultra Nightmare clan boss damage numbers, right? You can still deal enough damage with the clan boss by surviving, bringing champions in that team who can keep themselves alive with either leech or with other sets that can keep them alive, or even with some block damage sometimes. As long as we have somebody to cleanse the stun, it should last longer. So I might even think about a Michnaki who works perfectly for that place, concentrating on decreased attack on the boss and maybe blocking the buff that the boss is about to put on himself with this champion Ugo right here. So that's champion will still be taken to 60. She's still on the next champion to take to 60 list. So I'll still build the normal team. I don't know, somebody might say the Jumasa and Chronam go crazy, but yes, they go crazy if they have somebody sustaining them, stopping the stun and all that. So there are many options that the Noob to Pro can go with, but once you're losing out on this very essential piece of a clan boss team, which is somebody to take care of that stun somebody to cleanse all those debuffs that the clan boss is putting on you, your speed tunes will just be wacky and not that steady. So I will put together these two champions, get them ready, and put together enough stats on them so they don't get stunned. Let the other three other enemies, three other allies we bring to the team be the stun targets and see if it works out. With Emic in the team, we'll be always rolling back to our skill and using it against in battle. So that's what the Noob to Pro is thinking about today. While CVC is going on, while I'm building some champions and getting some CVC points, I just wanted to let you guys know that Noob to Pro is not trying the clan boss Ultra Nightmare yet. We still have to wait. The next week after this weekend that is coming up, it's going to be a 10x weekend that is coming up this week that we are in right now. The upper week will be 2x on Ancient, and I do have some Ancient Shards ready to go. So maybe we can pray for a Doom Priest, for a Sepulchre Sentinel, or for a Grizzle Jar. Any of those champions you just saw on the list right here, we have enough 44 Ancient Shards to see if we can get something to stop that stun from hitting us, something to cleanse consistently like a Doom Priest. That will be our biggest requirement right here, because we're not looking forward to another legendary champion like a Demeter or a what do you call it now, even a Skull Crusher will do. I don't even think I need him, but a Skull Crusher will do because he cleanses the stun. Doesn't need any cleanser, I guess. All right, that's all I have for you guys. Noob to Pro, still playing daily, still theory crafting, trying to get all our way to the faction war stage 21, and finally get our Lydia as our final reward. But for now, we are aiming for clan boss and trying to get to Ultra Nightmare for more Sacred Shards, for more Void Shards, for more legendary skill tomes, so we can book champions fast like I did Rushguard the Tower. Like, subscribe, and let me know any thoughts you have regarding Emic and Rushguard the Tower. What teams that the Noob to Pro could put together. I'm always looking forward to your suggestions. I've done my research. I've come to the conclusion that we are not ready for that unkillable or block damage team. If you guys see something I'm not seeing, let me know in the comments. Later, guys.